Chris, Swisher 127, he had a UFO or a rocket, something almost hit him in my airspace.
Military radar advises they are picking up an intermittent primary target behind you in trail.
This is Houston. Say again, 7?
We have a bogey at 10
UFO? Oh, it's a Roswell crap again.
Nice to you, you still see traffic out there?
Hell yeah.
We have an unidentified flying object.
Big bright light on the front on a greeny steel coming out of the back. I tell you what, that is, and the military hasn't admitted anything flying tonight. It was too fast to be an airplane. Looks like a UFO.
Spinner 1628 heavy. Military radar advises they are picking up an intermittent primary target behind you in trail. In trail, I say again.
These three large, fast-moving, unidentified objects 2,000 feet below them. The largest object is described by Captain Terauchi as resembling, quote, a shelled walnut. Captain Terauchi describes the main craft as being twice the size of an American aircraft carrier. After several minutes of observing the UFO, the pilots realize the objects are now matching their speed, 600 miles per hour, tracking them. The captain reports that the objects begin, quote, making moves that are impossible for any man-made aircraft to perform. Then, without warning, two of the smaller craft suddenly rise and shoot directly in front of the pilot's window. The objects come so close to the airplane that Captain Terauchi says the intense glow makes his face feel warm.
This is deviate from Mountain. We're proceeding 240.
Spinner 1628 heavy. Deviations approved as necessary for traffic.
It's quite a big make a full makeup. Full makeup.
Spinner 1628, sir, do you still have the traffic?
Disappears to burn off.
Spinner 1628 heavy, understand you do not see the traffic any longer?
This 1-2 here, we have confirmed there is a flight size of 2 around your 1550 squawk, one primary return only. Okay, where is he flying? It looks like he is, yes. Okay, stand by.
Spinner 1628 heavy, military radar advises they are picking up an intermittent primary target behind you in trail. In trail, I say again.
Do you have anybody that's family up there, or do you want to do that? Oh, we're going to talk to your liaison officer about that. It's starting to concern Japan Airlines, taking the 360 now. Okay, we'll call the military desk.
Traffic force around 1 o'clock. Can't really tell the distance. CSV about so altitude. Reactor 29 negative. I have no traffic and you're 1 o'clock.
Seconds later, Anchorage Air Traffic Control asks if the KC-135 still has the object in sight. The pilot replies yes, and says the object is now 40 feet from his aircraft.
We're from California, just visiting up here. People see this sort of thing a lot other than Japan Airline time. Actor 29 is very rare seeing the lights up there. Actor 29, quality assurance staff at the Anchorage Tiger request you give them a call after you land at Eielson.
That is concerning the object we're looking at?
Affirmative, sir.
January 31st, 1987, a UFO-related incident occurs in the skies above Alaska. The pilots aboard Alaska Airlines Flight 53 reportedly witnessed enormous, bright, disc-like objects tracking their airplane. Ground control reports that no object is visible on radar, but it is the speed of the UFO craft that alarms the pilots.
They had just underneath our radar, picked up the blip. He's moving about a mile a second. He's full out straight ahead of us, disappeared. And he was there, and then he was gone.
The second craft from the rear had a more or less crescent shape, and of course I kept mulling in my mind, it's the damnedest looking airplane I ever saw.
Arnold makes what would become the very first civilian reports of UFOs to the government. He would describe the objects to reporters as appearing and moving like, quote, saucers skipping across the water.
Anything flying out in the area? Negative 105, send it over. Well, I just had a couple UFO reports.
December 18th, 1995, while on a routine flight above Long Island, New York, Lufthansa Flight 405 and Airbus A340 out of New York en route to Frankfurt, Germany, makes a disturbing call to Boston Air Traffic Control. The pilots report an unidentified flying object passing within 3,000 feet of their plane.
It could be on our tail about 10 minutes. We passed it just 1 minute ago, and it was looking straight.
The UFO is described as a long cylindrical object with a white light on the front and a long green comet tail. Code name. Pilot Philip Maubey and First Officer Kurt Grunder are at the controls. at 23,000 feet. Bobet will later report that his visibility was excellent with no haze and a clear blue sky, until an unidentified craft enters the plane's airspace. The pilot immediately contacts Boston Air Traffic Control.
Sister 127, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I don't know what it was, but it was just overflew like a couple of hundred feet above us. I don't know if it was a rocket or whatever, but incredibly fast, opposite direction. It was too fast to be an airplane.
Later in his official report, Bobet will describe the UFO as a bright white cylindrical object with no wings, similar to a white shark.
Swisher 127, he had a UFO or a rocket, something almost hit him in my airspace. UFO or a rocket almost hit the Swisher 127? Went right above him, about 200 or 300 feet.
On February 28, 1996, the skies over the Midwest are rocked by simultaneous reports of frightening airplane-like objects moving at incredible speeds. This case involves two commercial aircraft, Air Shuttle 5959 en route to Cleveland, and Masada 3179, a Dash 8, heading from Detroit to Pulston, Michigan.
Cleveland is 5959. We see traffic out there 12 to 1 o'clock, low altitude. Do you have one there? Air Shuttle 5959, that's a negative, sir. I don't have anything out in front of you. Can you get an estimate on an altitude on it? We're in between layers here. I'm going to estimate 2,000 feet below us, maybe, and so pulsating right about, I don't know, 10 miles out. Is that northwest of Detroit? Did you see that light? Yeah. That's what I saw. A real bright white light, sometimes flickers underneath the cloud. Air Shuttle 5959, is that traffic that you saw earlier? Did you see him out there any longer? Air Shuttle 5959, that's permanent. I don't know if we'll get closer to it or what, but it looks like a rotating light around it, like a frisbee type thing that's going around it.
Masada 3179, do you see the same thing?
Sir, I saw it coming out of Detroit. I wondered, all I saw was just a couple real bright flashes of light, but it looked like it was underneath the cloud deck to me, maybe 10,000 feet.
Well, would you think it might be like a reflection, maybe perhaps off a beacon that for some reason is just one of those weird things, natural phenomena that you're getting a reflection? Because I got nothing out there.
There's definitely a distinct whitish, well, they're looking a little red and greenish light sort of pulsating, and it is constant. It's not a beacon. Even Air Shuttle 5959. Just keep advised,